This game was really interesting and shows a combination of cruiser tactics in area control and denial, including capping, in the age of lots of radar and air, which makes life difficult for unescorted destroyers. In this game, we're in HotSpot. We're below A. There is an Essex on both sides, and you can also see, as we get moving here, that they have a gearing, a shimmy, and a Fletcher for destroyers. We have a gearing, a Cobb, and a Fletcher, so we've got really one light cruiser in that mix. And for radar, they have a Moskva, a Buffalo, a Des Moines, as well as the air. So what I'm doing is I've already gone ahead and let my destroyers know I'm moving up to A to support. And I'm going to enlarge the mini map for a second. You can see both the Fletcher and our Cabrost are sort of moving in this direction. And we're getting some good support coming up here. We got the Rune, the Kurfürst coming up. And on the other side, the gearing is getting support from the Minotaur, the Des Moines, and the Yamato. So I'm going to go ahead and nestle myself right along the edge of the island directly above me, basically around F3, and actually there's a little nook in there where I can move in, help cap, and shoot over at certain areas, bringing it in. So basically I'm putting my cruiser in as a cork. I've got anti-air, I've got not a super maxed out build, but I do have defensive AA, and I've tricked it out a bit for that. And we can see now that they've got a Hindenburg and air coming, so A is going to get hot. And I'm assuming we're going to have at least one or two of their destroyers there, plus air. We can already see a Hindenburg and a Kurfürst, and I'm assuming there's radar moving down. I also have the radar module, and that means that my radar is going to last for 53 seconds. Okay, and there's a Buffalo in addition, so definitely radar. There's their other Des Moines. I'd like to know where the Moskva is. He has almost 12-click radar. I'm going to open up on this Hindenburg, and I'm detected, so there's no reason not to. And angling up a bit, I really don't want that battleship focusing me. We already have a destroyer in. I'm starting to take down some of the planes. Now, one of the ways destroyers and cruisers in this new meta can help each other is if the destroyer puts up smoke. There we go, a nice citadel on it. I'm going to see if I can switch in on this Buffalo too. Moving back and forth. I've already taken down 8 airplanes. I was about to say, and I have defensive AA up, so as you can see, they're widening out their torpedo spread. We're now up to 13 airplanes, and I'm getting a little nervous about coming in here. I am taking some fire, but the Des Moines can do it if it's run right. And I'm going to sneak in here with the Fletcher and help with the cap. That'll both speed it up and make them less likely to come in. Fortunately, we have other ships out, so we're really, well, we are losing some of our ability to see. Not completely, though, so I'm going to keep this Kurfürst from wanting to rush in. And I know they've got destroyers around my... we've capped. And you can see... I'm going to... look around for a second. You can see that I've got a nice range of fire here. Now I've got to watch out that I don't get flanked in that open area, but right now, up and here comes a Buffalo down. And watch this. I've positioned myself so that I can actually shoot over that headland right there, that little cliff. He's popping radar. He knows where I am, but I'm going to disabuse him of the ability to put shots on us, because his radar is also seeing my destroyer and the Tirpitz for that matter, and the Rune coming up on the side. So, yep, good. He's moved back, and I'm going to start trying to put shots on the shimmy. So, and look, Our Khabarovsk is coming up. He's sighting for us over there, and he's a good burner. He can go ahead and put stuff on fire. The room's coming to back him up. And the Fletcher and I are basically holding A. Now, they're coming around the edge, so we got to be careful. I'm going to release the mouse again. So they don't flank us. I'm detected. And needless to say, they don't like me being here.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Here come torpedoes, but I'm safe from that. And I've shot down 17 airplanes, so the carrier's putting stuff in the neighborhood basically to sight. But you can see we're not getting any real air attack anymore. I've got my radar burning again, so that's keeping us knowing what they're doing. The Kurfürst is looking like he may actually be coming around to attack at a distance. Notice he's moving up over I'll move the mini-map up again so you can see. You can see he's coming up over B, which is our only cap at the moment, and the Fletcher has gone ahead and left me. I've got the fort held here pretty nicely to affect B. So we could end up with all caps. He's contesting it, so they are now not getting any points. They're down 2 destroyers. We're down a cruiser. And
Get back.
So the real fight for control is developing BC, so we've anchored this. So I'm actually starting to consider coming out. I can see the North Carolina trying to move around, and the Hindenburg is over there. So they still could come in here and mount an assault, but it looks more like they're going to try to hold B and contest C if they can. We're in a pretty good position right now. It's not a guarantee. In fact, it looks like Hindenburg may be coming back, hoping I've either left or he can challenge. And North Carolina's look like he may be coming to support, and the Kurfürst is getting in a position where he can fire from the other side. We'll look around here a little bit. As you can see, there's the Kurfürst, the Hindenburg, and the North Carolina. They are out of destroyers. They've lost the shimmy. So we have an advantage in spotting that they don't have. And we're not getting any more airplanes over here. Taking down 17 aircraft pretty well dissuaded him. You can see that, yeah, he's putting some scouts up, but they're being contested. He may even be out of attack planes. So, as I mentioned, this is area denial. You can actually look at the strategy in World of Warships a bit like real naval operations. The job of the Navy in large means is to control the sea lanes and project power. So we have sea lanes here. Granted, they're not the same way they would be in the real world with shipping lanes and movement of key materiel. The only thing moving on this are going to be warships. But
Get back.
we do have the area right here. This is valuable real estate. If you look at the score, yeah, we've got ships ahead, but we are gaining every clock cycle 12 points. You're watching 6 go by right there. And I guess it's 9. Yeah, it's 3 per cap. But that adds up. In 10 seconds, or 10 rotations rather, that's half a ship. So, I got a Buffalo that's coming out. And now we get into secondary area denial. If they're coming in to push and take C and try to flank out of B, we've got other ships there. But I'm now in a position where I can actually offer supporting fire over a good portion of the map. Notice I'm moving my position. I don't feel like I've got to control the neck that is on the 3 line. Instead, I can move over and actually start contesting B and firing into C. Hopefully keep that battleship from, Samoskva from coming around. And I should have actually been aiming a little lower than I did in this game on the Moskva and trying to get his sit. But he is a bit angled, not much in retrospect. And I am drawing some fire, but if I keep myself angled both at Des Moines and the Moskva, I should be okay. And you can see I do have 2 ships focusing on me, but Moskva's just about done. He's on fire, and we're hitting him. Oh, I didn't get the kill. Like I said, I should have been really trying to sit him. If I drop my line of fire just a little bit. I do have to watch if the Miyamoto comes out where he can get shots, because it looks like he may be trying to do that. Right now, all we can see on the map actually are... No, now we got the Buffalo and the Zowback. And I'm assuming the other battleship is up in that same area. But I can get shots on the Buffalo from here, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I actually can't take him out of commission.
Our victory is in sight.
And again, the ability to shoot over that hill is a part of area denial. I can cover that part of the battlefield. And yep, we got the kill.
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
So we now have a pretty significant lead. The only way they could really get us is if they start seriously killing ships and getting into the other cap pretty fast. And they have taken out the Kurfürst, so that tightened it up a bit, but the Yamato is just about dead too. Let's see if I can get some on the Des Moines. He's angled towards me, so I'm going to shift my attention to the Zhao. I do have the North Carolina coming down, so I've got to watch my angles a bit. The Des Moines could be in the same position, but right now I'm looking at my indicator. Oh, nice sit. And this is where I did make a mistake. I got so busy looking, I didn't notice the direction my ship went, and I went somewhat broadside. I was trying to go a bit towards not being broadside to the Des Moines, but I went a little too far and got myself lined up poorly against the battleship up there. Fortunately, they couldn't take advantage of it. Had that come a little earlier, it could have really hurt. So now we can see everybody but their aircraft carrier. And so I'm going to go ahead. We don't have many points left to gain. There's no way we're going to lose at this juncture. My death would only make it go a little longer, so I'm going to carefully angle myself. And North Carolina is nice enough to go broadside. In fact, he's not even targeting me right now for some reason. I guess he's aiming at the turrets, trying to get more damage. Well, I take that back. Now he is aiming at me. So I'm just going to continue to farm some damage here. And game's over. And the results are coming up. Hope you enjoyed it. So here are the results of our battle. We did just under 99,000 in damage, had 141 gun hits. Of those, 54 were pens, 16 nons, 49 overpens, 22 ricochets. Shot down 17 aircraft. I wish he'd sent more. 3 incapacitations, 1 kill, 1 fire, 2 citadels, an assisted cap, and 1 spotting. And we came in first on our team with 2117 in base XP, and that actually was like 400 points ahead of the the next up ship, which was also a Des Moines. I didn't get a chance during the battle to see just what that ship did and how it operated. And details, we did 24,000 to the Buffalo, and the majority with that, of course, was AP shells. The North Carolina, 20,000, and again, most that was AP shells. He was nice enough to be broadside. The Kurfürst, you know, basically I didn't do anything to speak of. I fired like 33 rounds of high explosives. Hindenburg 14,000, the Zhao 12, the Shimakaze 6. Too bad I couldn't put that one down. The Moskva just, I guess I couldn't line her up right, 5,900. And of course we bumped into the Fletcher, who was at the cap, 17 airplanes. And we really couldn't get a line on the Des Moines that was behind that island at the end. The planes we shot down, 6 were fighters, 8 were torpedo bomber or dive bombers, 3 were torpedo bombers. We tanked just under 1 million in potential damage, and of course it was just aiding in the capture. But we were in there doing the job. And credit-wise for a result, we do have the premium camo on this, and we do use premium supplies, so the two together, we netted almost the raw amount thanks to discounts and what have you, and bonuses. So 335,000 in silver, 12.8 in ship XP, which converts also directly into the commander XP, and that, because we have a 19-point skipper, went straight into command. Can be used for other folks. And 2560 in free XP, and that is in part because we had the Papa out, and another is that there was a modifier today, 200%, so good day for farming free XP. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, consider subscribing, and we'll see you out there. Take care.